guys, I'm Ben.
And I'm Tommy.
And we're talking board games.
And today we are going to be talking about Great Western Trail. It is great and western and traily.
It's basically the Oregon Trail, the board game, right?
Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good, without the dysentery.
Yes.
Nobody's dying.
No. No, the Oregon Trail, the card game is horrible. Don't ever.
Have you played?
No.
Oh, okay.
But don't do it. Trust me.
This is how all of our reviews are. By the way, we haven't played this game yet.
But trust us, it's good.
It's got to be. First of all, it's Eggertspiel. Second of all, it's Alexander Pfister.
It's got cows.
Which makes any game great.
And better, at least.
Agricola.
Caverna.
Keeper.
All great games.
Yeah. All would be worse with cows. Without cows.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah.
All joking aside.
In this game, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking your one worker, cattle rancher, and you are actual cowboys, not like the fictional, outlaws. You're not outlaws. You're actual cattle ranchers, and you're taking cattle, and you're basically picking them up and bringing them to Kansas City and delivering them. And that's pretty much it. You can do this either really quickly by going really far on your turn, or you can do it much slower by taking your time and trying to make your hand as optimal as possible.
Westerns where the cowboy's like slumped back in his horse with his hat down, like sleeping. Like you could do it that way if you wanted to.
Right, exactly.
Just like kind of trotting along.
There are different places that you can go to that'll help you optimize your hand. And this is important because when you get to Kansas City, you want to deliver a very optimized set of cattle, which basically means that you don't have any similar cattle. There are a few different kinds, and it's all based on the color of the card. Mm-hmm. So if I have a purple, green, black, and a white, I'm going to be scoring X amount of points. Whereas if I have a purple, a green, and two whites, that second white is not scoring me at all. So it only takes into account unique cattle that you have. So it's really cool, and you want to... It's almost got this push your luck in how I'm going to most optimally... should I come here and ditch this green cattle? I know I've got a few more left in my deck, but if I do that, I might not have a green cow.
Yeah, right now it's already benefiting me.
Right, exactly. So it's got kind of that push your luck there. It's also very cool in trying to optimize your hand as best as you can without taking too long, because if I go through really quickly and I score and you haven't scored yet, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it again if possible. Mm-hmm. And you still haven't scored. So it's kind of this balance between, should I do it this way to progress here, or should I go as quickly as I can so I can get my discs out quicker?
I can't tell if you just reviewed the game or you explained how it plays.
It's kind of a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah. I like this game. I really like this game. However, as I play more and more Eggertspiel games, I think this kind of falls off the wagon, if you will. I think it's becoming one of my lesser favorite Eggertspiel games, right? Like, I'd rather play Heaven and Nail. Mm-hmm. I'd rather play Mombasa. Mm-hmm. This is a really good puzzle, though, I think. And it still has a lot of really cool mechanisms that I like with the engine building. Again, there's another pun.
You are on one tonight.
I do like how you can go different routes, right? Like you can go the route of trying to deliver as many herds as you can, or you could go the route of trying to go and get your train as far along the track as possible, which I've done, and it's super fun because all you're doing is you're getting engineers and you're just chugging your train along. Or you could put out a ton of buildings to get points that way. Yeah. For the most part, you need to balance all of these, but you can focus on one thing, and I think that's what's cool about this game is you have all these different routes that you can go, and that's what I love about it.
It's interesting because the game is probably the most linear,
yeah,
free-form game ever designed. Because the game plays very linear the whole way through.
It's very similar.
It's, there starts off with no buildings on the trails, and then a couple of the small buildings pop up, and then, and then you deliver to the small cities, and then you deliver to the bigger cities, and then you're building behind delivering to the final cities. But like you said, the different ways that you can go about playing the game can vary drastically. Do you really want to build and put out a lot of buildings and punish other players and you get those benefits as you go and get points from it, or do you really want to push through your train and get really far and grab those benefits and get those multipliers as you're going on the track, or do you just want to be a cattle driver and drive that cattle, get there as quick as you can, have the best hand of cattle, buy all the high numbered cattle, and then just max it out and put a whole bunch of there's a lot of different options.
Yeah.
But the game plays so similarly from start to finish.
That's probably my biggest. Yeah. My biggest. The thing I hate most about this game, and I do use that term hate, because I do not hate this game. Actually, I rate this game very highly. I love the game.
It's a great game.
But the gameplay is always similar, right? It's I move here or here or here. How am I going to do that?
The variability is the buildings that come out.
Which can make the game so different, I will say. It can make how you play different, but the game is still the same.
Yes.
When we played, it was you, me, Rainer, and Zach. And we played with the variable setup. I think we randomized it. And oh my gosh, was it...
Definitely changed things.
Yeah, it was way harder to play. But it was the same game. And it was almost more stressful than it needed to be.
Yeah, the buildings, you still utilize them in the same manner. It's just how convenient they are.
Right.
In the movement across the board.
Yeah.
And and the players are building their buildings, and whether or not you're stopping these buildings. Like, it's not like a...
Right, I take this, you can't go there.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm either going to...
You know your next 8 turns, pretty much.
Yeah, you know where you're... And so, I don't know. Like, for me, my favorite part of the game is the deck building.
Yeah.
Because I love adding those really high value cattle cards and manipulating my deck, getting the stuff out of it that I don't want, and stopping at spots where I can discard and get extra benefits and know that I can draw, and maximizing those. But once again, the progression of that is very linear. At the start of the game, you have the same cattle. At the end of the game, you're going to have...
Have you tried to go for any other?
I thought I tried to go for the engineer, but then I was like, I just want to do cattle. I'm a simple man.
The engineers are fun.
Yeah.
Because you can get discs out almost just as quickly.
Yeah.
Because you're stopping in the trains and you're not delivering quite as much, so you don't need to worry about paying when you stop at the cities.
And some of those benefits that those stations give you,
they can get really cool. Yeah, exactly. And the hardest part about that, and everything you choose, whatever route you go, you're always taking sacrifices. Because you can't do the engineering track and put all your discs out and not give up people.
It's one of those games where it's like you always feel like you're doing less than you should be doing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of good.
But it's cool because you get to... So it starts out really cheap for no points, and then it gets more and more expensive. And then it starts to fall off and get way less expensive, and it's like 5 coins for 9 points or something like that. Or like it can get way intense. And then at that last one, you not only get to put a disc out, but you also get to go backwards however many spaces you want, and then you can put a disc in there too. And those 2 are like 9 and 8 points each.
Yeah.
So it's a nice set of points there.
The other thing I give this game props for is, and I enjoy games that do this a lot, but they're games where they're very intricate and deep, but your turns are so simple.
Yes. And Eggertspiel does this to a
it's
T.
Like, I have my guy, I can move so many spaces, where am I stopping, what am I doing? And that's it. Like, you should know, there's no reason you shouldn't know before your turn what you're going to do. What said player does really shouldn't affect you on your turn.
Right.
And so, once you've started moving your piece, the next person can almost already go. So downtime is very minimal, and the decisions on your turn are simple, but the intricacies in what you're doing turn after turn after turn is where the strategic depth of the game comes into play.
If it sounds confusing, I think we both love the game. I at least love the game. I will almost always play this game. But I am not going to play this game with somebody who does not know how to play this game, because having to sit through a game where the person doesn't know what they're doing is almost more effort than it's worth.
Yeah.
Just because I'd rather play this game with a group of people who already know how to play
Which is frustrating just because it is such a simple thing that you're doing. You're moving a person along a trail, but it is hard to grasp at first the different... Like I said, I use the word intricacies a lot, but there's a lot of little cogs and wheels that
I guess I'll say, with the exception of playing... I will never play this game...
That's it. I will never play this game.
You can quote me on that. I will never play this game with the mix-up tiles or the random tiles that you're using with somebody who hasn't played this game. I will consider teaching this game to somebody if I think that they can grok it.
Yeah.
But I've had a few bad experiences trying to teach this game to people who I thought would and didn't work out so well. So.
But if you're offered the chance to play it, take them up on it.
Yeah, great game.
It plays on the longish side, but because you're always involved and the turns move so quick, it doesn't feel like a long game.
Right. And the turns, you say the turns move quick, and they can move quick, but they should move quick. But there are those turns where it's like, and they're few and far between. But the biggest,
especially later in the game, is there's more.
The biggest thing about it is that it is a longer game, and there are quicker games with a lot of depth still too.
Yeah.
But this does do that point-to-point movement very well, and it's
and the theme's very good. It's
super solid. I mean, for a Euro game,
artwork's great. The theme's good. It's
it
unique.
Definitely comes through.
It's definitely a unique game.
Cannot wait for the expansion coming out.
Can't wait.
Anyway, that's Great Western Trail. Thanks for joining us, guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And that was really loud, and everyone's dizzy. You will watch all of our videos 5 more times. Was that what you were doing, hypnotizing them?
That's it, you got me.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.